Hello all, welcome to Your Schemes. I'm Ilakya. I hope you are all doing well. Most of you are in complete confusion on how to select best mutual fund. Which fund is most suitable for you depending on your investment objectives and goals. To filter out best mutual fund for you, you need to first understand a little bit about categories and types of mutual fund. All mutual funds are grouped into four types. Types of mutual funds by company size, types of mutual funds by structure, types of mutual funds by investment objectives, and types by payout options. So today in this video, we are going to explain all about types of mutual fund and which type of fund is suitable for whom. So stay tuned till the end of this video. We bring to you latest bank news and financial updates. We also discuss investment related topics. So please make sure to subscribe to Your Schemes and hit the bell icon. Let's start with mutual fund types by company size. So by company size, mutual funds can be categorized as large cap funds, mid cap funds and small cap funds. Let's start with large cap funds. These funds invest a large portion of their corpus in companies with large market capitalization. So these funds offer stability and sustainable returns over a period of time. These funds are also less volatile, less risky, and it gives lesser returns. Next is mid cap funds. These funds invest a large portion of their corpus in companies with mid-sized market capitalization. These funds generally offer medium returns over a period of time. These funds can be classified as medium volatile and the risk is also medium. Return is also comparatively medium. Let's move on to small cap funds. These funds invest a large portion in small sized market capitalization. Compared to all other funds, these funds generally offer more returns over a period of time. But these funds are more volatile and much more riskier. Now let's see mutual fund types by structure. So by structure, mutual funds can be categorized as following types. First one is open-ended schemes, close-ended schemes, interval schemes. Let's first see open-ended schemes. So these schemes doesn't have a fixed maturity period. You can buy or sell the units any time of the year as per the NAV prices. The key feature of this scheme is liquidity. You can take out your money whenever you want. These schemes announces NAV on a daily basis. Next is closed-ended schemes. Unlike the open-ended schemes, these schemes come with a fixed maturity period. You can invest in these schemes only at the time of initial issue called new fund offer NFO, and you can sell the units only at a specified maturity date. In addition, these schemes are listed on the stock exchange where you can buy or sell units of the fund. As I've mentioned, open-ended scheme announces NAV on daily basis. These close-ended schemes announces NAV on a weekly basis. Let's look at interval schemes. These schemes combine feature of both open-ended and close-ended schemes. So you can buy and sell the units at predetermined intervals at NAV price. In addition, these schemes are listed on the stock exchange where you can buy or sell units of the fund. Now let's see mutual fund types by investment objective. By investment objective, mutual funds can be categorized as the following type: equity schemes, income or debt schemes, balance schemes, money market or liquid schemes, tax saving schemes, gilt schemes, index schemes, sector schemes, exchange traded funds, funds of funds scheme. Let's start with equity schemes. So equity schemes are known as high risk and high return schemes. These generally invest a majority of their funds in equities, that is shares, and hence they are a very risky investment. So the aim of this scheme is to provide capital appreciation over long term. Who should invest in this scheme? This is for the long term investors. And these schemes are not suitable for those who want regular income or who need money in short term. So if you want money in short term, please avoid investing in equity schemes. Next is income or debt schemes. These schemes are less riskier and gives lesser returns. These schemes invest a majority of their funds in fixed income securities like bonds, corporate debentures, government securities and money market instruments. These investments are low risk investments. Aim of the scheme is to provide regular and steady income. And who should invest in this scheme? It is suitable for short term investor and retired people. So if you are near your retirement, you can select this debt or income scheme. It is not suitable for long term investor as there will not be much capital appreciation. Next is balance scheme. Balance schemes are of medium risk and gives medium return. These invest in both equity and fixed income instruments. The aim is to provide a combination of regular income and moderate capital appreciation. And who should invest in this scheme? Investors who are looking for moderate growth can go for balance scheme. Next is money market or liquid schemes. As the name suggests, these schemes provide easy liquidity. These schemes invest in safe and short-term instruments such as treasury bills, certificates of deposit. And the aim is to provide capital protection and moderate income. Returns may fluctuate based on the interest rate in the market. Next is tax saving schemes, that is also called ELSS. So these schemes provide tax benefit to investors as per the Income Tax Act. For example, as I said, ELSS and Rajiv Gandhi Equity Saving Scheme, that is RGESS. The aim is to provide capital appreciation and tax benefit. It is important to note that these schemes comes with a lock-in period. These schemes invest mainly in equities and they are of high risk oriented schemes. Next is gilt schemes. These schemes exclusively invest in government securities. NAVs of these schemes fluctuate due to change in interest rate. Next is index schemes. These schemes represent the portfolio of a particular index such as BSE index, NSE Nifty index, etc. These schemes invest in shares that represent an index. NAV of the schemes will rise or fall according to the rise or fall in the index. Sector schemes. These schemes invest in shares that are a part of specific sector. For example, technology sector schemes will invest in Infosys Technology or Wipro Technologies, etc. Return from these schemes depends on the performance of the chosen sector. The schemes are highly risky compared to diversified equity funds. Next is exchange traded scheme. These schemes contain a basket of shares that represent the combination of index like BSE index, Nifty index. Investors can buy and sell the funds anytime during trading hours at the traded price. This has advantage over index funds that allows you to buy or sell based on the end day of the NAV only. Lastly, we have funds of fund scheme. These schemes invest in other mutual fund schemes. This helps the investor to diversify the risk through one scheme. The returns from the funds of fund schemes depends on the performance of the target mutual fund scheme. Last type is mutual fund types by payout. By money payout method, mutual funds can be categorized as the following types. First one is growth scheme, next is dividend payout scheme, and the third one is dividend reinvestment scheme. Let us see the details of each type. Let's start with growth scheme. Growth option aims for capital appreciation over long time. So the numbers of units that you bought will remain the same till you sell them. NAV of the scheme will increase or decrease depending upon the performance of the scheme. So in this scheme, you will get your money only when you sell the units. And who should invest in this scheme? This is suitable for those who expect a growth over long term and those who is not in need of money during short term. For long term investors, growth scheme can be best option. Next is dividend payout scheme. So dividends are nothing but profits made by the mutual fund. These schemes pay out dividends to investors from time to time, but the amount and the frequency of the dividends are not guaranteed. The number of units will remain the same, but the NAV of the schemes comes down after the dividends are declared. Who should invest in this scheme? This is suitable for those who expect to receive income flow on a regular basis. Next is dividend reinvestment scheme. This scheme declares dividends, but it is not paid to the investors. Instead, they are reinvested into the scheme. This way, you stay invested in the scheme. NAV gets readjusted after the dividends are declared and reinvested. The number of units will increase as the dividends are reinvested. Please note that a mutual fund is described as a combination of funds mentioned above. For example, it can be a large cap open-ended equity scheme with growth option or small cap open-ended debt scheme with dividend option. large cap close-ended balance scheme with dividend option. So there will be a combination of these types. Before you invest in mutual fund, please understand which is suitable for you based on your investment objective, your risk tolerance, and the payout option that you need. If you feel this information was helpful, then please hit the like button. It means a lot. For more similar videos, please subscribe to Your Schemes. Thank you. Have a good day. Bye bye.